Hello, my name is Praneeth Gannoji. The purpose of this video essay is to explore the possibilities of AI taking over 3D artists' job. So let's start with defining what's AI. So the term AI seems to be thrown around a lot of times, mainly describing something negative. AI is a machine with the ability to solve problems that are usually done by us humans. It improves itself by solving these problems. So no, it's not here to destroy all of the humanity.
Myself Janati. I been to industry from past 10 years. I mean, in these 10 years, I find so many things has updated in the industry itself. I mean, how it is. See, when I joined as a fresher, uh, there is a limited resource to do the things. Like how I can say, suppose actually I started my career as a rigger. I mean, I have to rig the characters. So in terms of rigging, say when I want to do a character, I used to take a lot of time, whether it is being a basic character, because the time the things are, everything has to do manual, everything from scratch to end. But now the technology was updated, software got updated, even Maya itself got updated, which is things are got very simplified, easier. So this technology not only updated in rigging only, if we see in other department also, we can see this kind of changes. Even in other departments also, the everything has to do manual. Suppose if we take the texturing, so that time the every textures has to do in Photoshop only, whether it is big or small, no matter. But now instead of Photoshop, we have so many other things which the things can make simplifier, like substance paint, Mari, all those things. So now with the help of those things, we can get the complicated things also very easier within the limited time. Uh,
When I was watching the Avengers, I was in awe with how realistic Thanos looked. According to the article written by D. Herdava, Digital Domain, a VFX company who worked in the film, used a custom machine learning software called Mascara and Direct Drive to make motion capture look natural. There will be a side-by-side comparison of actors and CGI face. Adjustments are made, fed into the system manually, so the next time the result would be more accurate. AI in concept art and 3D modeling. Pixel-aligned implicit function for high-res clothed human digitization, also known as PFO, is an AI that's published by Facebook AI Research, which recognizes 2D photos of human beings in an aesthetic pose and reconstructs them in 3D. These paintings can fool you for thinking they are made by skilled artists, but these are made by software algorithms like neural style transfer and deep dream. AI in level design. Video games have always been using AI. In Pac-Man, your enemies recognize your path movement and chase you or run away from you. It is nothing groundbreaking, but it is video game AI. Games like Spelunky, No Man's Land uses computer algorithm to create levels. AI in gameplay. Even gamers aren't safe from AI taking over. Recently, Sony has patented an AI which plays video games for you. At first, I did not understand why Sony would waste its resources in things like this when Let's Play on YouTube exists, but after reading the article, it can be used when there is a tough boss in the game who is taking too much of your time, or if you need to take a toilet break when playing co-op games with your friends, where pausing the game isn't possible. So, coming back to the question, will AI replace 3D artists? The answer is no. Well, kind of. Let me explain.
that time even mocap technology available also, uh, things are getting very difficult. Very difficult means, even though that time the mocap technology was not much updated, but now it was updated very rapidly. Rapidly means, uh, suppose even if we get the mocap output also, to fine tune the mocap output, definitely we have to do some manual stuff. If we get the mocap output, to get the proper output, what we have to do after getting the mocap data, we have to fine tune them a lot. Suppose if we take my studio itself, we are doing cartoon style of animation. So by using the mocap technology, we cannot get this kind of cartoon style of animation. Why? Because this cartoon style of animation have to do manually only. We cannot get this kind of output with the help of mocap. Considering by all those things, even the AI technology is available there also, we cannot say that the AI technology will take advantage to take our jobs. As far as your query, uh, these are my views. But in future, we cannot say exactly whether this AI will take chance or not. But as far as these are my ideas, these are my views also.
Until now, I have given examples on how AI can make everything easier and quicker, which leads to fewer people working for the project, which leads to job loss and unemployment. But the people who are at risk for job loss are people who do more tedious tasks like retopologizing, mesh cleanup, rotoscoping. Jobs like art direction, programming, freelancing, the jobs which require critical thinking and creativity are safe. Hayao Miyazaki, who is a Japanese animation director and the founder of Studio Ghibli, says art, illustration, animation are essential part of humanities and should not have a complete technological takeover. And computers can't have a complete artistic and technological takeover because it lies in the word compute, meaning us human beings are simply feeding the computer this carefully constructed algorithm to achieve a specific goal. It cannot think on its own. The examples I have given previously, like the mocap technology with Thanos, it still requires human interference, like cleaning up animations. The PIFO technology, it just creates a digital model with in a very rough state. Artists still need to clean up the model. You cannot use a projection with a messy mesh in your video game or movie. The video games created by AI are still very primitive. Most video games which used AI for creating levels, also known as procedural generation, have been criticized for its level design. These are the tedious jobs I described previously AI would take over, but it still struggles to perfect these tedious jobs, let alone take creative ones. Sure, with the advent of rapidly advancing new technology, AI can take over more labor-intense jobs, but it has more pros than cons. AI can make life of artists a lot easier. What we consider time-consuming and tedious process in the past can be done with AI a lot quicker. With this, even new jobs can be created, like programmer who can work with AI software. We thought with the advent of 3D technology, how animation done in computer automatically can create a massive job loss for animators, which it sure did. But it also opened the door for many other job opportunities and became a standard now. Animation, which used to require 24 drawings per second, now can be easily done in computers using keyframes. You can model a 3D character once and can use it for entire movie. Examples like these prove technology like AI may not going to create huge job losses and unemployment, but augment them. It can never generate new ideas. I was watching Henning Beck's video named What is a Thought? How the Brain Creates New Ideas. In this TED Talk, he says never to confuse information with having an idea or knowledge. Computers are super quick, effective, it can process millions of data. It has so much knowledge programmed into it that it can never make mistakes. Human brain. No, you did not accidentally pause this video. You thought you did, but you will never cross-check a calculation made by a computer or a calculator. Our brain does so many mistakes that you cannot even trust it. But that's okay. Making mistakes is what makes us human. Making mistakes generate new ideas, a new pattern, a new thought, which AI cannot do. It thinks of how fast and effectively to follow the rules, but not to change them, augment them, or think out of the box. I think that's one of the main reasons why AI can never take over us human beings in terms of creativity and idea generation. So, to conclude the video essay, AI can never completely take over artists' jobs because creativity and thinking are exclusive to human beings, which AI can't replicate.